I don't know what we can talk about in this nation without talking about white superiority, honestly.
Who defines the meaning of God also defines the relationship between economy and God.
African Americans spent $1.3 trillion last year, making us the 16th wealthiest nation in the world. Why have we not turned those riches into wealth to develop our community?
Peace, family. I'm so excited, to sit down with this sister. If you guys were on live yesterday on IG, you know that we're giving away 2 free detoxes. So make sure that you are tuned in when I ask a question and you're the first person to, put in your response. Today, we're going to do a little bit something different because Miss Oshun is not, feeling her best. And so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to introduce to you Miss Orisha Oshun, and she is from I Am Surviving Vegan. Hey. Yay. Yes. It'd be so many things you guys just don't even know that be going on behind the scenes. We try to get these little shows going. But I am so happy you were able to make it, for the time that you have. And you can tell us just a little bit about you before we get started.
I know the sister said I'm not feeling the best. This baby is growing every day. And today has been one of those days. My stomach is growing very fast. And baby is not letting me sit up for more than 30, 40 minutes at a time. So I've been blessed to have this pregnancy be very smooth. No morning sickness or anything like that. But today my back has been aching a little bit. One of the first days that I've experienced it during the pregnancy. But I am Surviving Vegan. I own that brand along with my husband. I go by Goddess Orisha. And we started Surviving Vegan with a plant-based, #1 holistic brand online that provides meal plans, detox, as well as transitional cooking guides and a holistic course to help people become into their own health coach. So we developed these digital products, and it has taken online social media by storm. To date, we have helped over 40,000 people transform their lives. So we are super excited about that. Super excited about having our 5th child. We've been vegan for the last 6.5 years.
Yep, that was one of my questions.
Yes. Our children are vegan. The baby in my stomach right now is vegan. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. I'm so happy to be here and talking with the family. What's going on to all of my Surviving Vegan family that's in the building?
Yeah, you know what? I just want to kind of start there. Okay, how did you even get into? So you've been a vegan for 6.5 years. How did you even get into being a vegan?
Listen, I love the intro on your video. It was a shift that happened for us. Finding out about our culture, finding out about who we were, how the high priestess and priests worked. They cleansed their temple, doing a lot of fasting. Even in the Bible, high priests and priestesses, they fasted as well. So we said, hold up, we're doing something wrong. This is not why we're feeling our best. And just understanding that we wanted to liberate ourselves, not only physically, but spiritually and mentally and financially, is what made us make the shift. It was a conscious cultural shift that happened within our family simultaneously. And my husband was like, let's go vegan. I was like, okay, well, let's do it. So within the first week of going vegan, I totally enjoyed the transformation in the terms of how I felt from a person that dealt with mental health problems, mental health issues. I love the way I felt within the first week, and I've been sticking to it ever since.
Okay, so I'm just trying. We just got back up for a second. So he just came home. I mean, you guys were like, "We're gonna do this." So did you just do cold turkey, or did you do a meal a day? Just tell us a little bit about your process.
We kind of eased into it, but I still feel like we did a cold turkey as well because we first eliminated all fast food. Then we eliminated all junk foods, which was the first thing. Then we started to eliminate. I didn't really eat red meat, but we eliminated red meat, steaks, chicken, and then we were pescatarian for a while.
Okay.
Wow. And then, I teach about breaking your attachments to unhealthy things, whether it's food, people, environments, whatever it may be. You want to create a negative bond with it, right? So we created a negative bond with fish. So every time I would eat fish, I would be like, oh my God, this is the dead, decaying flesh in my body. It's probably GMO. And I'm telling myself as I eat this, and it's making me become turned off by the food. So I was able to eliminate fish from my diet at that time.
Wow. So then how did the rest of your family, like think about this or respond?
The rest of my family, they wasn't really into it. It was like, well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. In fact, some of my family said I was doing the wrong thing for my children, even doctors, because I found that I was pregnant probably like a month into I had been vegan. And they were like,
with baby number 1?
Baby number 3.
Okay. All right.
My first in Chick-fil-A, I was eating chicken select sandwich, all type of things, right? But baby number 3, I had been vegan for a few months, I believe. And when I would go to my OB, who I had for the first 2 pregnancies, they were like, no, you can't do it. It's not going to work. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just find somebody that agrees with my lifestyle. So they didn't agree to see me anymore. And I found a birthing center here in Florida, South Florida. And I met my now midwife who has birthed my last 2 children. And yeah, birthing the 3rd one.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And you talked about being pescatarian. Can you just tell us what is the difference between being a vegetarian and being a vegan?
Okay. So vegans usually do not eat any animal products or wear any animal products. Vegetarian means you don't eat flesh, but you may consume dairy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You may just consume dairy. You may wear animal products as well.
Okay. So, so when you decided to go vegan, you already had 2 kids and a husband.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like, how are you finding, how were you figuring out how to do this every day with having to prepare meals? Were you just making meals just without meat, or were you, because sometimes people are, like, oh, I'm a vegan or I'm a vegetarian, but they just kind of just really eating the same things just without meat. So like, how were you, figuring out how to cook vegan?
We didn't know what we were doing in the beginning. We did not know what we were doing.
Okay.
We just took out all of the meat on our plate at first. And it was not working out. It was not working out. Then we just started to learn. There was nowhere as near as many resources as it is today. So we leaned into people like Ty's Conscious Kitchen. He helped us create so many dishes. That was like our go-to. We learned how to create so many things for him. So shout out to him. And then from understanding a little bit more, it's like you're retraining your mind. It's like riding a bike. You're learning about this lifestyle. So we learned about replacements, flour replacements, meat replacements. We learned about texture replacements, tasting replacements. So once we kind of made our way through that, it became a breeze. It really did. You just have to understand that you are relearning. Give yourself a process of unlearning and relearning. Most of the way that we've eaten have been this way for, traditions, years, sometimes hundreds of years. So
yeah, I was going to ask you, can you talk a little bit about that? Because you were, talking about how we used to fast and high priestesses and we're fasting. So this is kind of like one of the reasons why you started to want to do this. Can you talk about like, what did our diet look like in ancient times?
So we did eat a lot of grains. Now they did eat meat, but on special occasions, as well as they were not treating the animals like they treat the animals today. They were not perverting the livestock the way that they do today, by they artificially impregnating them, by them feeding them sex hormones, feeding them GMO foods. We might have raised these animals for us to consume them on special occasions. But the high priest, whenever they were doing something of very high importance, they definitely did go on the fast. They did restrict themselves from certain foods. So I said, well, I want to operate at this level. My husband had the idea, like, why can't we build pyramids today? Okay, why can't we build pyramids today? And he says it is because of our nutrition, how we are tearing down our bodies and the food, the chemicals in the food, ultimately deteriorating our body, our mental health, our physical health, and our spiritual health. We cannot operate at an optimal level anymore. So that was kind of what really made us shift. Like, look at where we were, look at where we are now. As one of my mentors said, we have never eaten this horribly in history ever before. So we're eating foods that not even real, not just the GMO and the hybrid. I'm talking about we eating Twinkies, honey buns, There's not a Twinkie farm.
Cinnamon rolls.
All right.
That's my favorite. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. Yeah, and let me tell you, family, it was interesting when I first was introduced to her, like just on IG. I remember just literally eating some Doritos, scrolling late at night, going through stuff. And then I saw this sister, she was I thought she was dancing. So I was like, oh, what's this? So I hit it and I'm listening to her. I was like, oh, it's just like the Doritos just had the nastiest taste after listening to you. And you were talking about detoxing. So can you tell us first the difference between fasting and detoxing, and when do we need to use or do both, or do we do both at the same time, or just tell us about those two concepts?
Yes. So detoxing is usually using food to cleanse the body. So on a vegan plant-based diet, you can even, I would say vegan diet. I'm mostly plant-based, although I started the company Surviving Vegan because at the time I was mostly vegan. But I've then switched because this journey, you're always elevating, you're always growing, you're never really staying in one spot. We avoid being complacent. Vegan literally can mean eating junk food as well, because there's a lot of vegan alternatives on the market. Compared to, when I first went vegan, half of these things didn't even exist. But today you can be a junk food vegan. So even on the vegan diet, you do need to practice fasting. You do need to practice detoxing, in my opinion. However, if you're on a very strict diet or plant-based diet, which is focused just on plants, then your diet in itself will be detoxing. Oh, the children are coming inside from my side.
Okay, wait. So plant-based is different from vegan, from being a vegan.
Yes. You have to identify that. Plant-based is definitely different from veganism. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And so fasting, you do when you're getting ready to maybe, do something of high importance where you need to be spiritually there.
My personal reason for fasting is to do something spiritual or to manifest something. But fasting meaning you abstain from a certain food or all food for a period of time. You can do different types of fast. So you can do a dry fast, meaning you don't eat anything, okay? You can do or drink anything. You can do a water fast where you only drink water, okay? Those are mainly the two types of fast. You can do a juice fast as well, but that's kind of really still detoxing, because detoxing, you pick fruits or vegetables. So with detoxing, fruits, you will say, I want to use fruits because I want to stimulate the body to perform an action. So maybe I want to cleanse the colon, cleanse the blood. You will go with fruits. And in vegetables, you want to stabilize the body. Okay, so maybe you're dealing with a chronic issue and you want to stabilize your wellness. So you will go more with vegetables during your detox time.
Okay. And so family, yesterday, Goddess Orisha was on IG with us live, and we had a really good conversation in preparation for this conversation. And you were talking to us about detoxing. Talk to us about your program.
Okay, yes. So I do have a 10-day plant-based detox. Over 30,000 people have participated in it, and it has been a wonderful journey. I was doing all these great things for myself and seeing all these health benefits. So in 2017, I did my very first detox with a small group of people, and I kept doing it over and over until I got it right. And I was blown away by some of the reviews. People were coming back to me saying, oh, I lost 20 pounds in 10 days. Well, it's not 20 pounds of fat. I want to elaborate on that. It's 20 pounds of waste. Okay, so it is focused on removing waste. A lot of people just focus on removing the fat, but they don't realize that they have fat as a protection for their body. Fat is where all of the toxins are stored. So a lot of people that are, dealing with obesity and dealing with being overweight, they don't realize that fat is actually saving them. That fat is saving the toxins from choking their heart, okay? From congesting their liver, from congesting many things, because the lipids hold a lot of the toxins. So I focus on removing the toxins from the body, and you're naturally, as a byproduct of that, you're going to lose weight. Okay, so we focus on removing waste from the body. So that means using fruits and a combination of vegetables, but mostly fruits, to detox the colon and detox the blood, purify the blood, bring it back to a balanced state of acid and alkalinity. So with that, you're going to be going to the bathroom. The body removes waste through urine, feces, sweat, and mucus. Right. So throughout the detox, people have different reactions because we all have different lifestyles. We all have different eating habits. So it depends on how you've been eating your lifestyle over the last year or so, how you react to the detox or how your body removes toxins. So some people, they sweat profusely for the first 3 days. Like the first 3 days are the most transformative, right? Most people pee every 10 minutes, right? Because their body is excreting waste. Some people, they boo-boo every hour, you know, a couple of times. So it depends on how your body chooses to remove waste. You just let the body do what it does. But it's a 10-day completely plant-based detox where you are consuming fruits and vegetables, nothing, you know, scary or anything that you don't know, you know, this mystery powder is none of that, right? It is focused on,
I like that.
yes, it is focused on you giving your body the minerals that it needs to correct whatever issues that it has. So a lot of people take things such as pills, such as different therapies, and they believe that those things heal them. Well, in essence, your body will heal itself, right? So just like you fall outside and you get a scrape, right? The body knows what it needs to do to repair itself. So in essence, herbs don't heal you. Herbs, fruits, and vegetables don't heal you. They provide the body with the minerals so the body can do what it needs to do to heal itself. The problem that we're running into with a lot of people dying from preventable things, such as diet-related things, is that they're not giving their body the nutrients that it needs to correct the problem. So you not only are in a deficit, but now your body is also trying to correct an ailment. It cannot correct the ailment with minerals, without minerals, sorry. Without minerals, the body cannot perform the functions that it needs to perform to correct, you know, the issues. So there's that. So the detox is specifically for helping the body remove waste from the colon. So we're doing a lot of high fiber, a lot of hydration to remove waste from the colon. And some people remove parasites. Some people remove globs of mucus from their bowel. Some people remove mucus from the vagina. Like it gets deep with certain people. And I had people come back to me like, oh my gosh, I've been trying to get pregnant for 2 years. And after I did your 10-day detox, 2 months later, I found out I'm pregnant. You know, so a lot of people, you know, even if you look in your eyes, you see yellowing in the bottom of the eyes. That means that there's a lot of compacted waste in your lower half of the body. So that means the uterus, the prostate, okay, the ovaries, all of these organs are compacted with waste, and the body's talking to you, but you're not listening. You're not responding in the proper manner because we have forgotten our ancient information of how to assess ourselves, our children, our family, and our community.
You talk a lot about like syncing up our bodies to like how it was in ancient times. Can you talk about like just, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know what? I tell you, these bikes in the city, between fireworks and bikes, I don't know what's going on here. But you know, yeah, you talk a lot about syncing, you know, your body into the, you know, into the rhythms that we used to always have. So, so first thing, you know, we need to detox our bodies. Okay. And then now we have a nice clean body where we can start to ingest things that are good for us. So talk to us just about like, what does that rhythm look like in terms of how we should be eating?
Yes, I'm so happy you asked that question. In the detox, I also do a training video. So I try to set people up so they know what to do before the detox, and after the detox. So no matter what the lifestyle is, no matter what stress you go through, whether you work at night, you're going through a stressful situation, your body follows a strict cycle known as the circadian rhythm. Okay, so the circadian rhythm tells you when to eat certain foods. So from 4 a.m. to 12 p.m., the body is naturally expelling waste, getting rid of waste. So you should not be adding waste to the body. Okay, and that's one of the things with the Western diet. We've been told to wake up in the morning and get your coffee, wake up in the morning and get your bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. All of these things ultimately add waste to the body, no matter how you want to look at it, right? Although you may get temporary relief or temporary jolt of energy, it does add waste to the body. So from 4 a.m. to 12 p.m., you want to be feeding the body with things that helps it remove waste. Okay, that's why as soon as you wake up in the morning, you go straight to the bathroom. You should have a bowel movement. You should urinate. That's the body removing waste, because we talked about the ways the body removes waste. Right? So after 12 p.m., between 12 to 8 p.m., okay, that is when you should consume your protein, fats, and carbs. The ancients, our ancient ancestors, they believe that you should follow the way of the sun, saying that when the sun is at its highest, that is when you should eat the most calorie-dense meal. That is when you should eat your heaviest meal, right? That's when you start protein, your fat. So you're kind of following the sun. As the sun starts to set, your diet, well, your meals for the day should start looking lighter. Okay, so I'm not saying not to eat after 8 o'clock. I'm saying, all right, if you're hungry at 8 o'clock, go for fruit bowls, go for salads, okay, light salads, fruit juices, fruit smoothies versus steak, eggs, and, you know, potatoes.
And no Doritos and cinnamon rolls?
Yes, yes.
I need to come up with some vegan cinnamon rolls. I'm just saying. But okay.
So good.
Okay, so let me so from 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. you're just, you're getting rid of everything. So you don't want to so what about this notion of like drinking lemon water or lime water or apple vinegar? Like, is that something that we should be doing in that time frame?
So I would definitely say you can drink the lime water. That helps to balance the body, balance the alkalinity. It helps to buffer acid and repair cells in the body. So I'm all for the lime water. Now, the apple cider vinegar, we should not be consuming any type of vinegar. Okay, it is toxic to the body. It degrades the bones. Okay, it deteriorates bones. It deteriorates. It's an acid, right? No matter if it's from fermented apples, doesn't matter. Okay, it starts to destroy the tissues of the body ultimately when it comes to digestion and metabolism. So we don't want to consume that.
Okay. And what is this whole notion about mixing like drinking liquids with your meal, or you shouldn't do that? You should eat your meal, then wait and then drink liquids. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Yes, I agree with that. To avoid bloating, a lot of people deal with bloating. They have itis by the time they're finished eating. Not only are they foods incorrectly, like they're eating protein, carbs, and fats and everything all on one plate, but they're also eating and drinking at the same time. So it causes your body to expand quicker. Your stomach to expand quicker, and you want to wait. You're either going to eat before you drink or drink before you eat and drink after you eat, not while you're eating. So before you're eating, you want to have about a 30-minute to an hour window. After you eat, maybe about a 2-hour window between eating and drinking.
Okay.
Ideally, it can also dilute the digestive fluids in the stomach, right? So you don't want to dilute those fluids, which means that a lot of your food, especially protein, won't get broken down in the stomach. A lot of the colon cancer is happening because of undigested protein entering the large intestine. When that undigested protein enters the large intestine, it causes I always like to say things in layman's terms, but it causes a overgrowth of what we call bad bacteria. Those bacteria in the gut produce harmful gases such as formaldehyde and ammonia. And as you continue to eat this way for 10, 20 years, because you don't just wake up one day and you have cancer. Cancer is the end stage of you doing something to your body or something happening to your body. It's not like I just wake up today and I have cancer. Your body started showing you signs years ago. Okay, from gas to indigestion, okay, to different types of inflammation, gastritis, all these different things. But we just, we're not making that connection between the two. So as you continue to eat undigested food, or eat food, dilute the digestive juices with waters or sodas or whatever it may be, diluting the stomach acid. Undigested food passes into the large intestine. This undigested food increases the bad bacteria in the colon, which produces these gases. And over time, those gases start to deteriorate the colon. We see polyps forming and things like that, which lead to cancer.
Okay, and it impacts. It just kind of stays there. And I was listening to you on one of your videos, and you were talking about just chewing your food. Can you just talk about chewing your food? I never thought about that. And the other day I was like, let me just try to sit and just chew my food. And I was just like, I felt like, I'm like, oh my God, it's taking forever. And I didn't realize how long it takes to chew food.
Yeah, a lot of times we are just eating for the taste. We're not even like allowing the food to be chewed correctly and letting it turn into that bolus that then passes through the esophagus, etc. So yes, you want to take time and taste your food and let it, savory your mouth and things like that. Also, it takes the stomach and the brain to communicate. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So there's a 15 to 20 minute gap of you understanding that you're full versus you're hungry. So if you take your less, okay, which ultimately is going to lead to weight loss as well, if you're struggling with that.
Yes. So I saw someone said this conversation is critical. So yesterday when we were talking, I said that I was going to ask a question that if you weren't on the live, you may not know the answer to, and then you're not going to get these two. Let me back up. We are giving away HAPI And this is like, okay, couple of things. This is why when you guys donate to us and we, you send us cash apps and thank you so much. Or you get onto our page or you buy merchandise from us and we say we give it right back to the community. So this is another way that we're giving it right back to the community. So we're giving away 2 official I Am Surviving Vegan detoxes. Okay. Now, yes, now this is the thing. Don't even get in this contest if you're not ready. Okay. Just don't even try it. Just, take a little time, get your mind right. But we are so committed to this because, one of the things that the tagline we've been saying is that our wealth is dependent on how healthy we are. We can't go fight any war. We can't hold down jobs if we're dying of diabetes, cancer, and all these things. And so this is a really good step forward for us. And we hope that this is a conversation that we'll continue to keep having with you, when you're, really getting us on this getting healthy journey. So my question is, I want, and let me just put up I want you guys to, there you go, email the answer to this. Where did I meet I Am Surviving Vegan? Not only where did I meet her, but how did I meet her? If you know the answer to that, just go ahead and email it to me. The first 2 people will get the Surviving Detox. Surviving Detox. This is really good because you've been posting pictures too of people standing on the on their weight scales, just like dropping pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping
it's a lot.
Pounds.
Realize the extended bellies, the bloating, the weight gain. All of it is probably happening in the colon. Most people that never detox, they're not health conscious, they're not conscious of what they're eating and don't care about it. They don't realize they may have up to 20 pounds of waste in their colon. The very first time I did my initial trials with the detox, I was astonished at how many people had dropped 14 to 20 pounds in 10 days. Pounds of waste, poop, urine, sweat, mucus coming out of their body.
Wow. So now, so what are like 5 things that everybody should be eating?
5 things that everybody should be eating. Oh, that's kind of hard. Well, you definitely should be drinking some good water. That's top of the list. Definitely should be drinking some good water. So that's 1.
Like spring water, or you're talking about like alkaline water?
I'd rather spring water versus alkaline water because a lot of the alkaline water is made alkaline through chemicals. Husband's leaving. What else? 5 things. I would keep. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll take off fruits and vegetables. Those aren't on there because we know we should be eating those things. But like in terms, because I've been seeing all this stuff about like sea moss, and people doing like backhand springs. They're like, oh, I have a sea moss. So like, what is the deal with sea moss? Is this something we should be, ingesting?
Yes, I definitely think it's a good idea to ingest sea moss. I can't speak on it yet, but I am actually working out some things to be able to do some things within the sea moss industry. Outside of that, I have 2 friends of mine that make sea moss. One of them, his name is Sea Moss the Boss. So shout out to him. He has a great sea moss business, and he sells it wholesale as well. So definitely check him out.
Okay.
Sea Moss the Boss. As well as my good brother Shaka from Fruits and Roots. He has some good sea moss. Well, I have tons of sea moss in there that I haven't even used yet. And Boss the Boss, which I'm going to be trying out this week. I also like cacao, the cacao fruit. That's a fruit. However, I know a lot of vegans or people that's on plant-based lifestyles, they sometimes struggle to get their intake of iron. So cacao has the highest concentration of iron than any other plant in fruit. Okay, so you can cacao fruit and open it up and get the chocolate seeds out of there. Oh my God, it has so many good benefits as it pertains to iron. So that's another one of the things at the top of my list. I have to have it.
Okay. And I didn't know anything about cacao until it's so funny you bring up Shaka because I learned so much from his post, his Instagram post, which is really cool because you know what? Shout out. Yeah, I had to say shout out to Shaka because he reposted an interview I did with Shahrazad Ali. And we got like a bunch of like followers from that. I was like, oh, people were like, that's from HAPI. That's from HAPI. So shout out to people who were looking at it. Shout out for him for putting it up there. But yes, I didn't know anything about this fruit. And he showed you how you open it and cut it out and stuff. Okay.
Another good one, especially for melanin dominated people. And this, look, Shaka came to my house and he did a whole 3-hour education with me on just fruits and exotic fruits. And it's not even exotic, but it's tropical fruits. And cacao was one of the ones I fell in love with, and the Rumbleton.
Wait, what's the Rumbleton? I've never heard of the Rumbleton.
It's similar to like the lychees, but it's not a lychee. It's a Rumbleton. It's a round red ball. It has red little hairs look like that's on it. But the thing that really is really good, especially for those that are pregnant, it contains a lot of electrolytes and especially copper, which is good for melanin dominated people. I mean, I ate those. He brought me like, I don't know, maybe 6 pounds of them. I don't know how much he bought me, but I ate it. Me and my children ate it consistently for like a week straight until we ran out. And we were just operating at such a frequency. Our communication was better. We were thinking clearer. I was like, wow. He was like, yes.
You know what? You bringing up some good things about, like, not only we're talking about like just preventing disease, but then it's also this other piece about, you talked about a little bit in the beginning about your mental clarity. And
yes.
So, yeah. So, and this,
that people be going crazy over chicken sandwiches and stabbing people and ramming their car into them. That's not a coincidence. That chicken sandwich is not that good, y'all. So what is it?
It's not that good.
What is it? Is it the chemicals in it? Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So cacao and Rumbleton, and you know what? And Shaka also has where you can buy fruit. You can actually get these exotic fruits that
proceeds go to the children in Congo as well to build different schools and different resources for them. So I support. I met him in person, and he's a good brother. He really is. He's one of the most compassionate people that I've met in terms of our people and wanting to see progress, for sure.
That's what's up. You know what? That's what's up. And it's so funny because when you're operating at this level, everyone you meet is operating at the same level because you're doing the same thing for us. Like right now, where everyone's just like, okay, we got to rewind this and watch this a couple of times. Okay, so far you said the sea moss, you said the cacao, the rumple. I want to say Rumpelstiltskin, but I know it's not that. You said the Rumbleton, Okay, all right.
Oh, if you have children, I like to keep key limes and limes in the house. Okay. Especially if your children get a lot of runny noses. I like to take lime shots. Don't do it every day, okay? Because it can wear down on your enamel on your teeth. But you can also drink it through a straw. I like to do, if you have the flu or if your child has a stuffy nose or anything like that, I like to do lime shots. So I keep limes in the house to add to a remedy. Like we said, the lime water. But if you just squeeze the lime fresh, you could take it like a shot. Instead of taking those Hennessy shots every weekend, do a lime shot. Do a lime shot, and it opens you up. It's a temporary relief, but it's better. It's like equivalent to doing a mucus, what do they call it? Mucus X or something like that? Mucus. Okay. So it's like equivalent to that. It's temporary relief, but it's just a healthier alternative.
Okay. Just one more question, because I know you have to go. And thank you so much. You guys, listen, go onto her website because there's a lot of other things you can get on there, and the detox is really inexpensive for what you're getting. She's going to help you before, during, and after. The price is minimal. I like literally this. It's very inexpensive. But you also have a cookbook. Talk to us about your cookbook, the other things that you have on your website.
I'm working on collaborating. Well, I'm not a chef, but what I found.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna stop you. Okay, listen. Okay, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop right here because I think sometimes we are trying to compare ourselves. Yeah, like we're trying to compare ourselves to some Western, mindset of what people are. You literally have 5 kids, right? Mm-hmm. 5 kids and a husband. You guys were just eating whatever, and then now all of a sudden you're, create a whole business about eating vegan. Okay, you have recipes online. That is the equivalent of being a chef and being a lot of other things. Okay, Black mama, all that stuff. Yes. So
I agree with you, sister. I just said that collaborating with culinary chefs, to bring more palatable foods to the industry. However, I created this cooking guide. It's a digital version. You can print it out. I printed it out myself and put it in a nice little thing here. Because in my family, I was really trying to get them off of the soul food. Even when I would talk to people in the community, okay, or I was doing a lot of polling and market research, and it was like, I just love my mac and cheese. I can't give up my fried chicken. I can't. I hear what you're saying, but I can't do it. And I was like, how can I create something where even they would just try it? Like maybe it would spark their interest. So the cookbook is not like alkaline. I literally made that with the people in mind that are on diabetes medication, on high blood pressure medication, or whatever it may be, and they're looking for a way, and we're talking about this veganism, but they think veganism is just salads, and they think it is just juicing all the time. So where do those people start, right? Where do they start? Yeah. I was able to, focus on the Tides Conscious Kitchen, but somebody that was eating ham hocks yesterday is not going to go straight to salads tomorrow, and that be it. So this was my stepping stone for people to transition from the ham hocks to now we have a plant-based version of it. Okay, we have a plant-based version of it, and I don't want you to stay there. Okay, so I thought of it for the holidays. A lot of families are eating at Christmas time, which I don't celebrate, but a lot of families do celebrate Christmas and celebrate all these holidays where they're eating candy yams. I just saw a video literally like 2 days ago of a restaurant.
Yes.
Saw that?
Oh,
I'm gonna do a video to that. But they were pouring like 3-4 pounds of sugar on the candy yams. I'm like,
that should be illegal. I was like, someone needs to be arrested. Yeah, you guys have just go on to I know it's on B Scott's in IG, that's where I saw it. Okay. And these sisters are just literally pounds, like you said, of pouring sugar on top of yams.
Right. So I give people the alternative to still use sugar, because some people don't know about agave. Agave is out of some people's budget. Going from buying, they got to realize I got to meet people where they at, because the companies understand that our people will spend small increments of money a lot of times. So they'll buy, even if it's not healthy for them, they'll buy the $2.99 pound of sugar, quarter pound of sugar, whatever, versus $10 for a bottle of agave. They'll be like, this little thing, I can't buy that. So I give people the option to use the sugar. We're using a lot less of it, okay? Or you can use the agave. So I made this in mind with people who are literally just meeting them where they at. So it's a soul food cookbook to help the what we would call our culture here in diaspora, help them to convert over and taste it. And would you believe, maybe like 3 years ago, I hosted a now my family was not into it. It was like, whatever, you can eat that bird food, I'm not eating that, right? But after I created the cooking guide, I did a Friendsgiving for my family, and I did a beautiful dinner for them. I cooked them everything from my cookbook, and nobody was vegan, nobody but me and my family. Everybody there ate the food. And I said, you know what? This is where it's at. From that from that dinner, now at least 5 of our family members are vegan now. 1 of our members is pescatarian, and others are just like my grandma. She's still eating what she wants, but she consumes soursop. She consumes all of these things now. And that, what else can I ask for? What else can I ask for?
Yeah, you know what? I like that. I like that, because one of the things, like when I was like looking at all your videos, I was like, oh no, I was like, I hope she doesn't come and say y'all are bad for eating this and do this. Only like we're like we can't be all the way up there yet.
Yeah.
It's a good place to aspire to.
Yes, I went through that at first. Like, be like me. Stop eating this. It's killing you. It's killing you. But the sound is, I'm more concerned about their health journey than they're concerned. Why am I going to be stressed out? I can't. I can't be stressed out more stressed out about it. That don't make sense. So I had to, cleanse myself of that, wanting more for people than they wanted for themselves, because I was ended up being hurt in the end. And I said, you know what? I'm going to just meet them where they get. If they'll try this and they'll eat this, I'm okay with that. So that is how the Surviving Vegan Cooking Guide was birthed, literally to give that stepping stone and help people, especially that's addicted or attached to soul food, try it. I've had many people that, on the holidays, instead of their family cooking what they usually cook, they would just cook this, and they still liked it and they still enjoyed it. Everybody was happy.
Yeah. So, I got my email from you. Yeah, you guys, listen, go on to I Am Surviving Vegan, okay? Because everything you need is right there. This detox is a real serious thing. And let me tell you, it's a good way to just jumpstart a healthy lifestyle. Okay. And I just thank you so much for putting all of this together, because, you know, a lot of times we want to do things. We're like, oh, you know, we should be, but we just don't know how to get started. But you have everything up on that website.
Yes.
You know,
even if you want, like you may say, I'm past the detox level, I'm past the cooking guide level, the soul cooking guide. That may be where you are. That's why I created the Academy. The Academy is a 4-week program that helps people from people that want to start a wellness business to people that literally want to understand how to remedy their issues. I'm not the one doing it for you. I don't want to sell you the remedy. That's what everybody else doing, selling you the remedy. You got to keep coming back. And I don't have no shade for that. But that's not what my mission is. I want to go back to our ancient times where everybody, every woman was the healer in their family. That's not that in my family and then sell it to you. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to teach you now, not just how to know herbs, but literally how to do your research. So if anything happens to anyone in your family, you are now knowledgeable and you go to a doctor and request the test that you need to request. I don't go to the doctor and they telling me what's wrong. I'm going to them like, this is what's wrong with me. Can I have this test to confirm it? That's what I'm doing. So I've been teaching students that way. A student literally just warmed my heart today. One student, she remedied her son of allergies. Okay, so she created a remedy for him, her own. I didn't do it for her. I just taught her the process of how to research and find not just your remedies, but find the source of the problem. Because allergies is not an illness. Okay, allergies just means that you have leaky gut syndrome and a lot of the bacteria leaking back into the blood. Another student posted today that she remedied her high blood pressure. In 10 days, she created her own detox from the tools that I taught her, and she was able to remedy her high blood pressure. They are feeling empowered, okay, to save their families. Families, you know, when their families are not coming to them, right, with ailments, cancer, PCOS, and they know how to remedy it. So that is what my mission is ultimately, to move you through these different products. I have detoxes, I have cooking guides, but ultimately I want everybody to be in the academy so you become your own healer. I don't want to be the one. I don't care about being the one like, oh, Orisha this. And I want everybody to have that same right, because what are we doing if we're living and don't even understand how our body works? What are we doing?
Yeah, this is revolutionary. Like people talk about Black love being revolutionary, which it is. You know, financial, independence is revolutionary. It is, but also being able to heal our own bodies is definitely, definitely revolutionary. All right, I just got 2 more questions left. Finish your 5 things of what we should be doing. It's
okay.
Rumpleton. And you said, did you say Sorsop, or you were just telling it?
I was telling my grandma, but we said the sea moss, and I said the lime shots.
The lime shots.
One more. What do I have? What do I have in my house? I'm trying to think. I have so much. Oh, I like to keep aloe. Now, I love to keep me some aloe vera. I just do. And that is because it's multi-purpose. It's antibacterial, antiviral. It is used to cleanse the colon. It's a laxative. So these are like little things that you can have in your house. I keep lime. I keep aloe. I keep some sea moss. Obviously, spring water. I keep any form of chlorophyll as well, because that helps to balance the body very fast. If you're coming down with the flu, you're coming down with the cold, all these different names.
So when you travel, so this is your first aid kit when you travel?
Yes.
And you teach all this in your academy, like how to
do everything from not just the food part and the remedy part, but even the spiritual healing part. Because a lot of us continue to eat things that we know is bad for us. It's not because you don't love yourself. Well, it's not because you're not disciplined. It's maybe you don't love yourself enough. So we got to work on that, because no matter how many meal plans I give you and detoxes I give you, you're not going to be consistent, because you have this attachment to food, which bonds you, which you're bonded to it through a lot of emotional trauma. So we handle that first before we even talk about food.
Yes. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that was your 5. Okay, and then last thing, girl, tell us about you going to the grocery store and what we should be doing when we at the grocery store, and how should we be buying food?
Yes, of course. So I came up with this theory maybe like, I don't know, 5 or so years ago, when we were shopping on a budget. You know, veganism was on the rise and the prices was going sky high. So to buy my main produce, my fruits and vegetables, my greens and things like that, you know, I was buying organic. So I would not spend more than $1.99 per pound on produce for organic. And if you can't afford organic yet and you're still buying conventional, no more than $1.49 per pound. Okay, so that helped me to get the bulk of my plant-based things. And if I wanted to splurge on, making spaghetti that week or whatever, buying whatever it may have been, I can, have extra money to buy those things, or a snack or something, wherever you may be in your journey. Maybe your children eat certain things and you want to buy that. So you want to not buy less of the things in the package and spend more of your money in the produce.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, guys. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm listen, your assistant was like, she can only do 40 minutes. That's it. And I was like, because I understand, look, I've been pregnant, a few times. And so I know how that baby starts shifting around. You'd be like, oh, one day you're like this, and next year you're like, oh. So I so appreciate you for coming on. Listen, everyone, okay. So far I checked in my email. There's only one person that's gotten the right answer. You guys have said some creative things though. I'm not gonna front, but only one person got the correct answer so far. Get onto her website and let me put that up one more time. Because she's gonna meet you where you are. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, she's gonna meet you where you are, and this is great. This is great. This is gonna really jumpstart our community in terms of just putting the right things in our bodies. And thank you for those 5 things.
Yes, if my family could do it, so can you. We was having mental health issues. My husband would be incarcerated multiple times because he didn't love himself and a lot of things that he was going through. Having our house raided by the feds. Like, this is where we come from. And we did a total, changed everything from a culture shift and just changing our diet. So I know if I can do it. I'm not coming to you as a person that was just like up here my whole life or whatever. I'm coming to you as someone that literally had to pick myself up and my family as a unit to move us to a place where we were deserving of abundance and manifesting that for ourselves. But it starts with simple. It definitely starts there.
Yeah, it starts there, and then you guys have a nice compliment.
Thank you.
That's how you build the family out. You guys are the example.
Thank you.
Example. And yeah, that's what's up, girl. Okay, so thank you. I'm gonna let you go. Everyone else, stay tuned because I just had to make some really announcements that you guys are gonna hear about. So don't leave. But thank you so much. You guys, please go onto her website. Okay, please go onto her website. She has a lot of free things on there, but get the detox. We should all be detoxing so we can all have a little conversation come July about how much we've lost. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. And say hi to your husband. He's a sweet guy. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. All right, guys. Yes. Surviving Vegan. Listen. So far, we have one person that won the contest, and so if you guys can remember, where did I meet her? Okay, where did I meet her? And how did I meet her? Okay, where and how did I meet her? Just just give me a quick email, and the second detox is yours. Okay, guys. So listen, thank you so much for your donations, and this is like when you guys donate to us. This is how we keep the circle going in terms of our economics, our Black economics. If you guys do not know, HAPI is not only just HAPI Talks, but we actually have a whole documentary. Okay, please go to hapifilm.com. Okay, now if you don't want to donate, but you want to donate in a different type of way, pick up a DVD of HAPI or a cool T-shirt. We got new merchandise on there. And we have some of the director's, Tyke Grants. We have some of his old, actually his first 2 feature-length films are on DVD as well. So HAPI is sort of like part of like the trilogy in terms of, like the last installment of the trilogy. But yes, HAPI, the role of economics in the development of civilization, that is the whole entire film. You've got to see it. Once you see that film, then you will understand where this HAPI Talks, how it plays into that. When we were last year, right before COVID, we were getting ready to launch our tour. and it was going to be fabulous. And we were starting off in New York at the Schomburg, but then COVID happened. So we were trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do? So we were like, okay, we'll just start having conversations with people who are in the film on YouTube. I think we might have had like 300 people or 400 people at that point. Now we are almost at 20,000 people. And please, if you guys are watching us, please like and share this video, and make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube, okay, and all of our social media platforms, which all are HAPI Film. So, you know, we started HAPI Talks, and HAPI Talks has really grown into this university of sorts, of where we're, you know, bringing different type of people in every week to, you know, to have conversations with us and to teach the family. So it's really important that, you know, this stuff is not free. And so if you could, you know, go on to HAPI Film, you can donate there as well, but you can also pick up all the HAPI gear that, you know, that you want. Closing out this month, we have next week, we have the Grandmaster Infudishi Juhutimis and Tinis Tillman on to next week. And then the following week, we're going to have Damon Dash come back and, you know, and find out, you know, and help us to identify if we suckers with our business. So, you know, it's really important that you guys, you know, support us by liking and sharing this video, and also leaving a comment. And I want to say a special shout out to everybody in the chat. Okay, you guys were there since 6:28 today. I see DM, Leo Wright, there's Saeed, Cheryl, Stacy Quinton. Stacy was all up in this chat early. Jonathan Wright, the Foundation of Creative Life. Rashamello Combo, that's my girl. She's in there. George Ames. Oh, there's Ellison is in the house. And oh, I see Julie Rudder. You know, and these are people, you know, thank you guys for the continued support, because we really, you know, appreciate the comments that you guys leave for us, the suggestions that you guys email us about. I see Cody's in the house. My girl from London, Nubian Diary is there. And so, you know, make sure that you are tuned into our social media, because we have some good stuff, okay, that we're about to be dropping in a couple of weeks. So you would want to be tuned in some type of way where you get alerts about what HAPI is doing. So you be the first person to figure out what we're doing and how you can get down. Okay, Mike Smith, thank you for all the love that you were giving myself and Sister Orisha and Strawberry. And I also want to just say, you know, to our resident elders, John Henry Staples from Riverview, Florida. I want to say hi to you, and peace to Professor and the doctors, Jeffries, Dr. Leonard Jeffries and Dr. Rosalind Jeffries. We know that they're watching out from Jersey. So if I think that's it, guys. Make sure you guys need to look at this video a couple more times and then send it to somebody, because everyone knows somebody who needs to maybe, you know, get their diet, and they just need a little jump start, you know, just to get going. Sometimes you just need, you know, to hear something, or, you know, see somebody doing something, and just like, okay, it's time for me now to make this switch. And even if you just do one thing, you know, I like what she was saying, that you don't have to start off by doing everything. Just one little small thing. Oh, and James Redding. So I think that's it, guys. I am going to sign off. But it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. And remember, like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I always forget Twitter. Make sure you guys are signed on to us. Make sure that you are sharing this video with at least 3 people, okay? So that we can spread the word about HAPI and really get it out there. Oh, peace to Asha. Oh, and thank you, Carlos. And oh, yes, and Vang Long, because I'm not going to even try to say the first name, okay? But you know who I'm talking about. Peace to you too, honey. But yes, so without further ado, I'm going to leave, guys. Make sure you having a good weekend and a better next week.
I don't know what we can talk about in this nation without talking about white superiority. Honestly,
Who defines the meaning of God also defines the relationship between economy and God.
African Americans spent $1.3 trillion last year, making us the 16th wealthiest nation in the world. Why have we not turned those riches into wealth to develop our community?